Nice.
Alrighty. Welcome in.
Welcome, guys.
Okay. Welcome to our first podcast episode.
Yes.
We don't know what it's going to be called or the premise of anything, but we just wanted to talk because I feel like our vibes, our chemistry is pretty good together, so I think we'll be good.
I'm so happy that we started this. We literally, maybe a month ago, were like, we just need to set up a fucking microphone.
We gotta just do it.
Demonetize.
We gotta just...
We just need to have it around. We pregame with pho and Vietnamese food. Our bellies are full.
Hearts are full.
I wanted to talk about friendship.
Okay.
Because why not? No better time to talk about it than our first podcast.
This podcast episode, I know I wanted to talk about just like what I learned from finishing our rookie year of adulting, and actually how much friendship stuff has changed since then. That I feel like people don't really talk about as much.
No. And well, what's kind of interesting is Tori and I have been, backstory, best friends since we were 12,
I'll put like a thing on.
11, 12.
Yeah, like whatever.
So definitely 10 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
And we've always kind of had a medium distance friendship. We never went to the same school. We just played soccer together. So we'd see each other throughout the week.
Yeah.
Games on the weekends, whatever. And we just stayed friends throughout high school, and we stopped playing soccer. And then we went to 2 different colleges and maybe only saw each other once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Not including that 1 year.
Yeah. But oh my God. Wait, Loki, tell them that backstory.
Tell them.
Tell him.
Okay.
It's actually kind of funny as hell when you think about it. What were we in sophomore year?
Was it sophomore?
Yeah, sophomore year.
We went and snuck out. Damn well knowing my parents tracked me on Life 360.
Keep in mind, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Also, my parents are strict as fuck. They're Filipino. They fresh off the boat, came here when they were 20 something. I was never allowed to go anywhere, so she would always come over to my house, and that's with everyone. My friends, when I'd want to do something or my friends would want to do something, they would have to come to my house and we'd have to sneak out to be able to just do whatever. But my parents never tracked me. I think they're very old school in that way. They don't have security cameras. They don't have any of that stuff because my dad doesn't want to pay for it. They just trust, not that they trust me, but they kept me on lock. That they didn't even think that I would be doing any, you know what I mean?
They don't even let you get the chance.
Yeah, not even think about it.
Yeah, and my parents were just super young, but also super strict. So they were I know what the fuck you're doing.
I've been there before.
They were I was 15, 20 years ago. It's not that long ago that I was in your shoes. So they were tracking me, and we went out, we snuck out or something, and my mom.
We went to house.
Yeah.
And then we were in his
Wasn't
car.
he driving us? And he was
Yes.
we could all just end this tonight.
Yes. I remember sitting in the backseat because this is when I also was I was very much scared. I feel like when I was younger, I was a lot following you, just following you.
That's terrible.
No, not in that way, but I was the little baby, opening up my eyes to hanging out with people. Yeah. That I was just what the fuck is going on?
And I definitely went through some bad kid phases. I feel I was also in my friend group. I was in your position,
Yeah.
so I probably was just
What do you mean?
I don't know. I was probably just being a bad influence.
Oh. I wouldn't say you were a bad influence. I think you made me more social.
Thank you.
I feel I definitely looked to you when it came to talking to people. I never, because I'm I don't know. I felt when I was in high school, I couldn't not make friends, but
I just don't think you put yourself out there.
I don't think I did. Yeah, I really didn't.
It's a good talking point.
I know, it really is.
Yeah, basically we snuck out, and my mom caught me with Life 365 and texted us and was I know you're out right now, or I might have texted her and I was we left but we came back, it's still morning time,
Dude, I remember it was the morning. I think we were laying in bed or something. I think we were about to go to sleep. I think it was that.
Yeah, I think
we were about to go to sleep. It was 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And you get the text message and I was there's no way. You're messing with me right now. And then we didn't see each other for a year.
And it wasn't even our parents were you're not allowed to hang out. We grounded ourselves from each other.
Low key, I think we were just so embarrassed of seeing each other's parents.
Yes. I think we went a year where we were just
Yeah. That's actually, I forgot about that.
Like, nobody was like, no, you're not hanging out. Because my parents actually loved Tori's parents because they're like, oh, we've met them, we know them, like, we always loved you.
Yeah.
And
like,
like, always
my
like a
parents
green
love her.
flag friend.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
I was that friend that if my parents were letting people go, then their parents could let them go. Like, they'd be like, Tori's parents are letting her go. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That
yeah.
was just one of the dumb things that we did.
Yeah.
But just talking about what post-college, your rookie year,
Of being adults.
yeah, it's really interesting when you actually go back home and you revisit or like you rekindle those friendships that you had before you went to college.
Because you're like a completely different person before college. Especially for us, I feel like during COVID, at least for me, I didn't see anyone 2020 because my parents didn't let me leave the house at all. So like all my friendships from high school kind of just dimmed down because I was just like, I'm not even going to try and make plans with people anymore because I'm not going to be allowed to. So I kind of just gave up. But then when I got to college, I was just like, oh my God, like these are my people, whatever. And then I came back home and I kind of was just like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is weird.
I like went to college and experienced like every traumatic friendship you could ever have. And I just,
Yeah, not going to lie.
like, I had the worst fucking friends ever in college, except for Breen and Layla and a few. It's funny because like you go to college and it's kind of like what people say about high school. It's like, it's the best 4 years of your life.
Yeah.
And then maybe if it doesn't happen for you, you're like, yes, college. And like, I
Yeah.
went to college and I just came out of it realizing like I had already met my best friends that I'll have for the rest of my life.
Mhm.
Like, I was like, damn,
Yeah.
like, I guess this is it. I mean, mind you, like my friends were crackheads, but
Wait, which ones? In high school or college?
in college,
You're like both.
all around. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole other story. Like, I just had shit as friends. So when I got out of college, like, I was like,
Deuces.
deuces, I already got the friends that I need. They're right here with me. I don't need to make any new friends. Like, I just need to chill and, like, nurture these friendships because they're all I really need. Shout out. Yeah. But I had some questions generated from ChatGPT.
Period.
So we've kind of gone over who you are, how long you've been friends. What can listeners expect from our podcast?
I don't know. Honestly, just like literally just like what we talk about on the daily or just like how our conversations are. Because I feel like whenever. So I feel like one of the reasons why our friendship is still so strong is because of it being medium distance. Because like we weren't with each other every day, but we weren't so far away. That's why I honestly feel like we're still friends with Amanda, best friends with Amanda, because like you have to put in that effort to like talk to each other. So, and like whenever we talk to each other, I feel like we always get into deep conversations.
Yeah, it's actually something that's made it hard for me to make like newer friendships because I'm like, I'm at a place with you and like with Amber where I can just be like, we can literally talk about anything like in depth. And sometimes I'm like, it's hard to make new friends because it's just like when you go out and you go dating again. It's like, what's your favorite color? Like,
And like some people just don't have the capability to have like deep conversations.
no.
Or like not surface level conversations.
Yeah, and like I just love that about my friendships that like we can literally just have such meaningful conversations and like it's not like we need to talk. So
Yeah.
I've always appreciated that. But I think like just from our conversations, like what this podcast will be, well, one, conversations and just like free thought, like flowing,
Just literally talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk
just
about.
yapping, I guess. But also I think advice. Love for this to be a thing where people ask us questions.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I saw this TikTok of someone just posted like 16-year-old girls ask questions. Girls that
Oh my god.
were and
Yes.
replied. Like, some of the questions were like, will it always be hard to be normal? Like, should I have stretch marks?
Uh-huh.
I have hip dips. And I was like, girl. I was like, be proud because you're going to turn to the side and people are going to be shook. You have a fat ass. The hip dip community.
They're like shook.
But yeah, like I just want to be like big sisters of people who don't have it.
I saw this. There was this TikTok comment that it was like, I'm 19 and he's 23. Like, should I get out of this or whatever? And if backstory, honestly, we're just going to get personal up in here because, you know, why not?
This is our podcast.
But like, yes, our
not
podcast.
yours.
So, so my experience was my freshman year. I was talking to this, like, he was like a senior, whatever the fuck. And we were like together for a year and never dated. literally like ruined my life for a little bit. But honestly, I handled it a lot better than my first breakup. I feel, not gonna lie. I feel like that one was pretty bad too.
Yeah, and I mean that laid the ground.
Mm-hmm. In the comments of that, she was like saying something about, should I keep going or whatever? And I commented, I was like, run, like leave. Yeah. But then I replied back to it and I was like, okay, but low key, not gonna lie, like if I didn't go through any of that, then I wouldn't be able to handle any of the things that I went through afterwards the way that I did, because I was literally in a relationship after that, a real one, and it was so good, probably the best relationship I've had so far. But if it was me before without any of those experiences, I feel like I would have handled it a lot worse. Wouldn't have handled it with grace, I feel. So yeah. I feel like, yeah.
I think like a huge thing about that too is like, for a lot of people, like you're going to have to learn to understand. But I really respect the fuck out of people who are just like, I don't need to experience that to know I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I wish I was like that, but unfortunately, I'm just like curious as fuck. And I'm like, I need to
find
try
out.
everything. Yeah.
Let me find out.
Yeah, that'll be the Vegas story.
Wait, what?
Vegas?
Oh. Oh, yeah. I was like, I thought you were talking about a guy. That I was like, wait, what happened in Vegas, bro? I don't remember that.
Myth-busting friendships.
I thought you were saying, like, miss. And you saying it with
Myth-busting friendships. Next topic.
Oh, no. Hello. Okay, yeah.
You don't have to talk every day to be best friends. True.
That is true. Mm-hmm.
And if you feel like you have to talk every day to be best friends, then you're not best friends.
Yeah. It's really off of like vibes. The older I get, the more I kind of trust vibes, like actually like energy and how you feel about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like
your gut feeling.
Yeah, like it's never about, even I feel like I just realized this within the past year, that to just listen to how your body thinks of something rather than like what logically makes sense or what's logically happening, because your body knows faster than your head knows.
That's a good point.
Thanks.
That's a good point, and I'm gonna piggyback off that.
To piggyback.
Piggyback.
Do you know those? What's the fucking Socratic seminars? Building off of his point.
And I really like what you said. What I think is.
Okay, what were you saying? I forgot.
No, your gut instinct, it's never wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that is also such a big thing about like growing up and maturing, is you learn to listen to that part of you, because like you just haven't developed that innate sense to just believe.
Yeah, I feel like it's a muscle. Like
it is. It has to be trained.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to listen to what you're feeling.
Yeah.
If something makes your heart drop to the bottom of your stomach,
listen to it.
Because there should be no reason that should be happening unless it's a good one. Long term doesn't always mean healthy.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of things are like you grow up thinking that when something has been something for so long, you think it's so good because it's been there for so long.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how long anything is.
Yeah, one of my friend's brothers like was in a relationship with a girl for a really long time, and she went to study abroad and she broke up with him before she left. And
Damn. Damn.
I mean, it's sad, but like he's found the love of his life now,
Yeah,
and it wasn't her, and like it was something that I guess needed to happen. Like what's meant to be will be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Believe that.
Mm-hmm. Believe that.
Believe that. You don't take anything away from this podcast.
Believe that.
You can love each other and still have ugly fights. I don't know how I feel about that one.
Regarding friendships,
yes.
I feel like,
have we ever had an ugly fight?
I don't think we've ever had an ugly
I
fight.
Feel like I've gotten ugly.
You trying to tell me something right now? Honestly, I feel like we probably have seen sides of each other that are ugly, but it matters how you go about it afterwards. Because if you're trying to prolong the ugly, then that's a problem. If you're not trying to actively fix it or like try to see how you can make this friendship better, or like just try and fix it in some way, then that's not good.
Yeah, I feel like that time with my ex when I went to California and I didn't see Amanda.
Yeah.
That was the shittiest thing I've ever done as a friend. But honestly, like I'm not even gonna like make excuses, but that's what a toxic relationship will do.
No, that's why I'm not gonna lie, it was shitty, but at the same time, it's like it's so hard to in abusive relationships, and I don't want to say like abusive,
Oh,
you know what I mean? But like,
it was.
but like even like emotionally, mentally abusive, like it's you have like these just red. What are they called? What are the glasses? Rose-colored glasses on that. It really just like makes you stupid like for a little bit.
It actually does.
Because honestly, the same way, like with me, okay, I'm not comparing me and his, story to yours. Realistically, why was I with him for that long? With the way that he was treating me.
Oh my God.
But like, I had the rose-colored glasses on. A lot of people were telling me this thing is like just shitty, and I was just like,
you're like, no, but he'll change, but I love him. I love him. It's so stupid because you hear about that all the time. You see friends go through it and you still go through it yourself. And it's like, ugh.
I always say this when it comes to just, you can give as much advice to your best friend as you want, but they're going to have to experience what they need to experience in order to fully understand what you're telling them. Yeah, you could also tell me like what you need to tell me when it comes to advice, and I can take it. Like I could comprehend it.
Right.
But I won't be able to comprehend it on a deeper level.
Until you practice it.
Yeah, like until something happens to me. You won't fully understand anything until you experience it.
I have a friend whose little sister is like going through the same thing we both went through.
Mm-hmm.
And, at this point, like, it's gotten to the point where like we can talk about it a million times. She
Yeah.
knows what she needs to do. And like, unfortunately, I've been like, you're going to hit a very scary rock bottom.
And it's hard because you don't, at the same time, if you're on the other side of that, you don't want to give up on it. But then also you're like, they're gonna have to learn themselves. You tried as much as you could.
Yeah, and your first toxic relationship is like rock bottom has a basement.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what that is.
What a time.
Ugh. Next topic.
Next one.
Pet peeves and love languages in friendship. What little things get under your skin? I don't know if this is about
Like
me or
about
just
each other or
things.
just like in...
General.
I think we should go in general. I don't
Okay.
think there's little.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do get really anxious, and I'm just like, but like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Just be there.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Like, I'm just trying to chill.
I also think that was the smoking thing too. I think that was my sign that I'm like, I can't be smoking anymore. Like at least big ones like that anymore, because I was not having fun. I feel like I would have had a completely different. I'm just trying to chill still, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have a pet peeve, and it's really
Go ahead.
random.
Go ahead. Floor's yours.
Let me have my moment. I hate the layer of dishwasher or laundry detergent that gets stuck at the bottom of the cup.
Uh-huh.
Like, I hate that.
Uh-huh.
Like, I wish it would all just come out. So I've gotten so sick of it that when I put clothes in, I'll scoop the bottom of the cup out so there's not that layer. Because I'm like, how do I know I'm getting my real load when there's this bottom of dried liquid at the bottom?
Wait, is this pet peeve of friendships or just like in general?
Just in general.
I thought we were talking about friend pet peeves. No, but also I saw this thing. But I saw this TikTok and someone like was like, "Where's the cup for the Tide thing?" And they were like, "Oh, it's in the washing machine." And you're like, "Why is it in the washing machine?" But then I was like looking at it more, and people were like, "Honestly, just put it in there. It's meant to be in there, so then it could get out the stuff. Like, and you just take it out when you are done washing your clothes." Because I always just be rinsing it. I always be rinsing it. Because we have the front, like the top load washing machine. Like, it's like from the bottom, you open it
and that's
top.
a good washing machine.
I don't think I'll ever get a different one, honestly, at
No,
this
you
point.
shouldn't.
But it has like the waterfall of water coming out.
So then
Yeah.
I'll rinse it underneath.
Oh, nice.
But I feel like the ones that you have, you can definitely just like put it in there. And I didn't know that was a thing.
That scares me because I feel like it would melt. Or like,
That's what I thought. But I feel like, I think someone said that on the Tide thing, it has like, you could just dump it in. Dump the whole thing in. Don't put it in the dryer, but put it just in the washing machine.
right.
But,
I don't know what other pet peeves I can think of aside from like hearing people chew while they eat.
My pet peeve, just like in general, if we're just going in general, and then we can go friendship pet peeves. When I'm sitting down in a swivelly chair and people put their arms on the back of my swivelly chair and I can't move it, it makes me so angry. It pisses me off. My coworker does it. Like, he'll be hovering over me, looking over my desk and like putting his arms on my thing, and I'm like,
I actually really dislike when people who fake tan get it on their hands.
oh,
Like,
and it's like brown.
yes! And I'm like, how long have you been tanning for? Like, is this your first time? Genuinely, then you get a pass, but like, we have things to avoid these. And it looks like shit. Like, I'm like, I already know you're not that tan.
Mhm.
And second of all, like, wear a fucking glove, exfoliate. Like, I can't believe people just go out like that. Like, or when it's around their ankles, I'm like,
Yeah.
were you in a hurry? Like, did you even wash it off? It really pisses me off. Like, I'm like, oh, clocked.
You're fake.
Fake as fuck. I hate it. I'm like, take the time.
Oh my god.
It's so bad. Okay, but I guess with friendship stuff, like, I just hate fake bitches.
Yeah. I feel like that it's not even just like pet peeves, it's just like what you wouldn't want in a friend.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What I wouldn't want in a friend is,
Talks to my boyfriend.
yeah, the bar is so low. Dates my ex-boyfriend. Don't want that, for sure. Been through a lot. Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, oddly enough. I guess girls who are just like, everything they do revolves around like guys.
Mhm.
But I feel like that's so immature.
Yeah.
We're out of that stage.
Yeah. Because I feel like we were like that at
Yeah,
a point.
like, oh, let's go to
I
this
feel like
bar because so-and-so's in it.
that's like it's a normal thing growing up, at least, to like, I feel like revolve your life around a boy. Yeah. Once you kind of experience life a little bit more, I feel like when you're our age now at this point, there are other things to be worrying about. Like, you can talk about boys. Because sometimes I'll feel bad. I'm like, I don't want to be talking about a boy because I don't want it to sound like I'm talking about this boy all the time. But if it's also on your mind, it's on your mind.
Right.
But like, if it's like all the time, or that's just when you think of that person as a friend and you only think of them as like,
Someone you talk to about your boy stuff.
Yeah.
Or they only talk to you about their boy stuff.
they don't listen.
Like vice versa, when they just like all they ever do is talk to you about their own problems.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Except like I can talk and like I'll listen, but like sometimes I'm like, clearly like I'm maybe your only friend that you could talk to about this stuff.
Yeah.
And like you come to me when your friends get sick of you. I don't know. I feel like there are some people who like have always just kind of had their different friend groups.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I've always kind of only been of one friend group, which has also kind of been a downfall for me before. I think if anything, like I wish I had made more friends outside of one group specifically.
See, I'm in a way where I was the opposite, where I feel like I have a bunch of friends in like different pockets of my life of like different things, and I go to them for different things. I have different humor in different ones, like we have different jokes, but then at the same time, like I feel like I'm never in one solid friend group. You know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it. Like I have my architecture friends, I have my roommates, I have you, but I've never had the like solid, besides like you, me, and Amanda, I've never had that solid group, like just the one.
Yeah.
So I guess there's pros and cons for both of them, not having a big, like what you're saying.
Yeah, because I mean it sucks because like when you beef with someone in that group, like inevitably it's so fucking awkward. And like also like if you're not friends with someone in that group, it's weird, and like then it kind of becomes this thing where like unfortunately like I know that I'm one of those people where I'm like, if you're a shitty person to me, I want all my friends to have my back. Like I think this is kind of like a controversial thing. And I always think about the quote of like, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
I've never heard that. What does that mean?
It's like, you can pick your friend, but you can't pick what your friend does. And
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
I believe that.
Oh my God. I like that saying.
Yeah, and like, it's just kind of like, you can't control your friends. Obviously, you can't control your friends. And like, I never go into it thinking like, I want to control my friends. But like, there has been a situation where like, a girl really did me dirty, and like our entire friend group was like blind to it or just didn't want to like acknowledge it. And like I took that really personally because I was just kind of like, y'all see this happening.
Yeah.
And like if you think she's gonna do it to me, like why don't you think she's gonna do it to you? And also like if you're my friends and like she's my friend too, like why aren't you backing me up and like helping us be better friends? So yeah, like I took it to heart because I was like, well, how good of friends are we if like you're not even gonna say anything or back me up? Like you're just gonna let this happen? Like I don't know, like I wouldn't do that to you. I've been seeing a lot of Leo Skeppy, who I'm talking about, and he is aggressive. But I've heard this audio where he's like, that's perfectly fine. Like, I understand why you did what you did, but if I was you, I never would have done that to you. And like that is where I stand.
I like
I'm
that.
definitely one of those people. And like, if I have done something wrong, it's very hard for me to get defensive. I'm most likely going to be like, no, you're probably in the right. Like, I trust your judgment and you're my friend. Like, I don't think I make people upset often, but when I do, like, it's probably true. And like, that's just on me to grow. And like, if you're my real friend, then you'll tell me that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that phrase.
You can
The
pick your
thing
friends,
that
or you can
that
pick your
one?
friends.
I saw that too. I saw it fully fly into your face. So we're gonna have our final words, final statements. I feel like this was a pretty good first episode.
First episode, 30 minutes strong.
It didn't even feel like it was 30 minutes.
It was like a sampler.
Yeah.
I hope it'll go
Sampler.
by as fast for you guys as it did for us. It's actually a pretty good question to end on. Do you show love by roasting, gift giving, or unsolicited advice?
I would definitely say, for me, I would feel like mine is unsolicited advice.
Oh, really? I thought you were gonna say roasting.
Because when I think about it, I feel like I don't roast, you know? I only roast my brothers.
You definitely roast.
Like, I can't think of one off the top of my head where I roast you.
Like, whenever we, like, say something, like, misspell something, like, all of us are always like, boy, like...
I guess, I think. Because I'm, like, trying to think of, like, I don't know. I feel like I don't roast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I think about it.
You're not, like, roasting, but I think you just, like... I think we both make fun of each other a little.
Yeah. I feel like for some reason I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I know we do. But I feel like my one that I do more is definitely like the unsolicited advice. Like I feel like I always be telling people what to do, and I need to be chilling out with that though, not gonna lie.
My wisdom is free. You can't put a price on that. That's what you get with my friendship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an unsolicited advice giver too.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and that was a big thing I had to learn, was like, do you want me to give you advice or do you just want me to listen?
Yeah.
Like, I really had to learn that because
Yeah.
I would get upset about people not taking my advice. I'm like, well, they didn't ask for it in the first place.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it that way too.
Yeah, like, do you just want me to sit here and be here? The shoulder to cry on?
Just tell me.
Tell me.
Just tell me.
I'll be there. I'll be there. Unhinged but loyal friend, green flags. ChatGPT just be knowing how I do.
Damn. I know your personality.
It does. We spend a lot of time together. Green flags in a friend that are a little unhinged but show that they're loyal.
That's a toughie.
I
So,
mean,
like,
I
think off the
probably
top
would
of my
beat
head.
someone for you.
Yeah.
I'd beat it if.
I thought, does it mean like what we've done already or like just what you would do?
I mean, both.
I'm trying to think. Because I'm trying to think of what's unhinged.
Yeah. I mean, I would lie for you. These are terrible, actually. Unhinged, like, I feel like that's crazy. Right?
I guess. But I'm like trying to think of what.
Like I don't
what
think
could
we do
possibly be one.
unhinged shit.
That's what I'm
like, we're kind of
saying.
like good girls.
I know.
That's the thing is like, I feel like we're pretty mature when it comes to things that it's never gone to that point.
No. Like, I don't think I've ever, like, dressed in disguise to go on a first date.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But that's something I would do.
I'm literally trying to think. I don't know.
I definitely would. Shit. I mean, I'm flowing with them right now. Like, I guess.
Okay, you go, because I don't have any.
I think, like, I could definitely,
And
like,
I'll tell you if I agree.
I would tell someone off for you.
Oh yeah, I would do that too. Was that unhinged though? I feel like that's just Bessie stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's back. She back.
Stay away from me. I mean, to be unhinged, you have to be doing unhinged things. all
Yeah,
the
that's
time. We're
what
very
I'm saying is we're hinged. We're very hinged. That's why I'm like I can't think of something that we would do because the other person, not because the other person is unhinged, but like, you know what I mean? Like it would have to be a balance of
Yeah, like, I think of something that's kind of unhinged that my sorority did was there was one girl in our sorority who dated this guy for a long time. She found out he was cheating on her. And she made a TikTok exposing him. She's like, everyone repost this onto your story. And we all did.
hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's a good one. I would do that. Like I would do that too.
Yeah. I mean, if everybody else did.
What?
I mean, if everybody else.
Oh yeah.
How friendship changes in your 20s. Kind of circling back.
Wait,
to
okay,
really
yeah.
start
We
with-
never went back to what we were going to be talking about, what we found out post-grad.
Yeah, so career, relationships, mental health, how these shift your dynamic.
I'd say just like, not don't be surprised, but like it's completely normal to like not fall out of friendships, but just not be as close with someone as you're used to. Because in school, like my roommates, I would say junior/senior year of college is I kind of really just lost myself as a person. Like I felt like I was really starting to mold into what they are because I was just in a group and I was with them all the time, and I felt like I didn't have my own individuality anymore. Like I felt weird being myself, which for the longest time in high school, beginning of college, I loved being just the only person who was like me. But then later on in college, I kind of started to be like, I'm very different from the people around me, and I feel like they're kind of judging. I hear how they talk about other people. What could they possibly be thinking about me? So I started to change my way that I was. Like, I used to think, like, I would laugh at things that I didn't really think were funny, and just completely changed my personality, that when I graduated and I fully was just by myself, I kind of stopped talking to a lot of the people that I was just, not that I was just friends with them because I was around them, but I was, honestly, yeah, I was just friends with them because of the distance and just seeing them all the time. That when I finally was just by myself and thinking to myself, I kind of like had an identity crisis where I was like, I don't know what I like anymore. I don't know who my friends are, what I think is funny. And I was like feeling bad because I was like, I knew I didn't have to feel bad because I know that it was normal for like your friendships to kind of just like fade away in college just because you're just going through separate paths or whatever. I kind of like post-grad, it made me just find myself again and actually only have friends that are valuable in your life, that provide you something, not just because it's distance.
Yeah. And I think like your friendships can provide you something, not in the sense of they're there to give you something, but like they also bring something out of you that you contribute. And I think so much of college too was learning what you do not like. Like, I went to college and I met the girls that I had always heard stories about, like people who were this crazy psycho like girl, you know. Like, I was like, I don't think I'll ever come across those people. And like I did. And like everyone who you've ever heard stories of, like the crazy things, like those are the people you meet in college. And like you come out of college more so knowing like you might not know who you are, but you definitely know who the fuck you're not.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen, sister.
I think I saw this, like quote or something where it was like your 20s are actually about realizing that like when you were 12 years old, you were cool as fuck.
Literally.
Yeah,
Sorry, I just spit.
I have realized that I have to like untrain myself from like all the bad habits that I had in college. And like I didn't realize until my senior year of college that like I was like, I don't want to go out all the time. Like I'm tired of doing drugs all the time and like drinking all the time and all this shit. Like, I want to go to bed at a certain time. Like, I want to read again. Like, my parents used to ground me all the time or, like, just wouldn't let me out. And, like, that's what I realized. Like, that's what I grew up doing. So when I went to college and I was, like, out all the time, no boundaries, doing everything, like, I really did lose myself because I never had, like, this boundary with myself to just, like, connect with me.
Yeah.
And know who I want to be. So, like, a lot of that I'm getting back in post-grad. So it's just, like, for the first time, like, I'm, like, no, like, let me do some humble shit on the weekend.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to get blacked out. Like, I'm
do this
over
podcast.
it. Yes. Yeah, like, it's Friday night. Look at us. And I think so much of what life is, like I said, like, just figuring out who you want to surround yourself with and who you're not going to surround yourself with, what situations you're not going to put yourself into, what you're going to believe, and, like, what red flags you're not going to let pass. It is a lot of knots. And I think, like, the best thing that you can do moving forward is just like be selective with your time and who you spend it with. And like that's so much about what post-grad is like you have this 9 to 5 5 days throughout the week, and it's crazy when like you only have 2 days a week to yourself.
Oh my god, it's crazy to put it that way.
It is like you only have what is that, 52 weeks a year times 2, 104 days to yourself, not including holidays. But, like, that's a third of the year that you really get to spend with yourself. So you should be fucking wise with who you choose to spend your time with.
Like, do what you want to do. That's the thing that I was realizing, too, is, like, surround yourself with people who genuinely make you feel good in your body. Because when I'm thinking of...
I feel so good in my body right now.
Because when I think of just, like, my friendships from before, just before I graduated, I didn't feel like I was being 100% myself around them. So I kind of had this like anxiety of like, I don't want to be too weird. I don't want to be this. Don't want to be this. When after that, I kind of was just like, that was so exhausting. It was just so tiring being someone else and catering to other people that it's so refreshing to just be around people who you can like have a big hearty laugh with, like just feel good.
And there's like no anxious attachment.
Yeah.
You know, like I never leave any interaction with you. And, like, we have the benefit of being friends for, like, 10 years now, which is insane.
That's so weird to think about. That's what we were talking... Sorry, I'm just going to bring this up. We were talking today when we were getting our pho that we genuinely have seen each other just, like, in every single stage of our lives. Like, from our middle school lives, transitioning into high school, transitioning into college, transitioning into adulthood. Like, that's insane. Like, it's so crazy to just, like, see how different we were from obviously because we were in 6th grade, but even just like how different we were from us going into college. Like I remember our conversations were like, fuck our dads, like fuck these guys, like I hate them, they're so annoying, like blah blah blah. And now like I'm living with my parents and I always eat dinner with them. I always go upstairs to say goodnight to them. Like
I have like complete mental control
Yeah.
of myself.
Yes.
I mean, like I'd say 98%.
yeah, I mean we do have these little slip ups sometimes, which is normal.
But
Yeah, it's human. But yeah, follow us, comment,
Yeah.
subscribe. Like I would love to answer questions. This is genuinely our dream.
This was literally so much fun. Guys, please, we haven't made a name for it yet. It'll come. We know, whatever. Just gonna have like this trial run. I feel like we're definitely gonna be making something in the future. But just to like test things out before everything is just fully set in stone.
We're just
Like,
having fun with this one.
Yeah.
And if it catches on, it catches on.
Yeah.
We're not gonna put pressure on it. We're just gonna have fun with it.
Yeah. But if you guys have
we kind of lit.
Like,
if
share,
y'all liked it.
subscribe.
if you guys have any things that you want us to talk about, advice, stories that you want to hear,
We have 10 years of fucking answers and stories to share.
10 years of
We're opening up our friendship.
Our
to you
clan.
guys.
that was good.
Yeah.
I think for now we might start coming up with names or like looking at names or something like that.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
it'll
but
come. It'll
yeah.
come. Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks for sitting and watching with us if you made it this far.
Thanks for watching.
That was good.
That was awesome.
I think that was really good.